Absolutely.
So at the school, we've obviously got the leaders, we've got, all the touchstone prefects and everything. But we're trying to really make an emphasis, especially in the lower year levels, that you don't have to have the badge to be a leader. What does it mean to be a leader at your footy club, and what do you think that looks like?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think something that we do well and have done well in the past is, one, we celebrate that everyone is different, and that we all bring different strengths to the table. And it's just about giving permission to, whether it's our youngest guy on the list or someone who's been in the system for 4 or 5 years, to take ownership or empower them to do the things that they do well. And that might be as simple as running the music in the gym, or, story time they might own, or something like that. But it's just finding little things that they can take ownership of and feel like they're contributing to the greater good of your school community, but in our sense, our footy club.
Yeah, I guess that, that feeling of, you don't have to have the badge, you don't have to be the oldest, most experienced, you can be the youngest and take a hold of what you have. So it's really powerful.
Absolutely.
Message,
yeah.
Yeah, I think the little, like doing the little things, just when people aren't watching. That's
we call it sweeping the sheds at our footy club.
Yeah, that's what we have in our house.
Very
actually.
good.
Yeah.
Very
I think we got it from the New Zealand, or maybe you boys, I think.
Yeah, the All Blacks like that one too, don't they?
Yeah, because I remember for our house, as Harry, one of them might sweep the sheds. We just remember, I think it might have even been a video, might have been of you going in the rooms after a game and cleaning up the bottles and stuff, cleaning up the rooms. Just that little thing when people aren't watching, to be a leader, which is what you were showing greatly there. So it's sort of what we're encouraging everyone to sort of do. And as I said, that you don't have to have a badge or anything to show you're a leader.
No, absolutely not. And I think it was Ivan that set the standard when he first got to the footy club. Ivan Marich, that is. He was massive on doing all the little things and doing it for other people, and, effectively not taking what they do for you for granted, which is that appreciation that we spoke about a bit earlier.
Yeah.
So you've obviously had a lot of success in the footy club in the past 3 or so years. But leading up to that, there wasn't as much. You got to some final series, but you were knocked out. What do you think the attitude change was between that 2016 season and the 2017 season? And how do you think you impacted the club?
Yeah, I touched on it a little bit. I think we went away from all trying to be, one type of person and player, to celebrating each individual for what they bring. And that gave everyone permission to just really be true to themselves. And along with that, as I said, the willingness to open up and share your story, be not vulnerable. I thought I was really close with a lot of the boys, but we did this exercise called Triple H, which was you had to share your hero, your hardship, and your highlight. And just hearing some of the boys' backstories made me realise just how much you didn't know about them. But what it also did was open doors to have even deeper conversations that, we just learnt more and connected at a deeper level, a lot like you guys have done this year by, sharing some pain, but also coming together and being stronger for it.
Yeah, I feel like with what you said, that Triple H, it's a lot like our Thursday meetings that we had in that term 3, where you just share your hardships, share what you've felt this year, and it brings you as closer as not only as a team but a cohort.
Absolutely. I think it's always important, and obviously you guys are doing a great job of it, that there is no judgment. We all have our own story, but that's exactly what it is. It's your own story, not anyone else's. And I think even through coronavirus and, everyone's dealing and battling with different things, and you should still feel like you have permission to share it, no matter how ridiculous it might seem, as compared with something that someone else is going on. They might be, from your perspective, look like they're doing it tougher, but it could be impacting you the same way. So don't feel like you ever have to compare your story to someone else's. We're all worthy.
How was the experience of Posi Socks? impacted your life so far?
Yeah, it's been amazing, really. I think, getting to meet, boys like you guys, that, and I take my hat off to you to have a podcast, but also talk about the things that you guys are talking about and thinking about, and is incredible. But that's effectively what lights me up, and the reason that I love the idea of Posi Socks and where we want to head in the future. We feel as though we can have a real impact in, mental well-being, not just health, but seeing life in a positive way as well, and celebrating the wins as well, because a lot of the time when we talk about mental health and mental well-being, we talk about all the challenges, but we also want to celebrate the really good things that are going on in our life as well, because we can quickly move on to the next challenge, and life is a bit of a roller coaster. So I'm just really excited to engage with like-minded people that want to make a positive difference in the world, and clearly your school and particularly you boys are really aligned with that. So it's been a pleasure to be a part of, and hopefully we can make a difference together.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
So as we sort of mentioned earlier, all 300 of us Year 11 boys were grateful and lucky that the school and Posi Socks were able to come together and give us a pair of socks, which we're real grateful for. So do you want to just let us boys know and everyone else watching where we can get these from?
Well, we've been selling very well. I don't know if it's because you guys started buying so many pairs, but so we've sold out a fair few of our socks at the moment, but we've got a special Father's Day one that we're about to release for pre-order, but it's at www.posisocks.com, and then obviously at Posi Socks on Instagram.
I think we'll have the link to that somewhere either before or after this podcast. So
very good.
I think we're just about to run out of time, so we're very lucky and grateful to have you on this podcast and for you to be able to share some of the things you've shared with us today. We thank you a lot.
Thanks for having me, boys. I'll take my hat off to you. I definitely wasn't as mature and connected with what you guys are working through at the moment as a Year 11. So congratulations, keep going, and I look forward to seeing and hearing more about what you guys are up to.
Thank you.
Thanks, Heaps.
No worries. We'll see you next time, boys, on the SJC Take.
Take care.